Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Meadsyreplays and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be looking at the WZ-121. Now, every time I think I have done a video on the 121, apart from the first time this tank come, it's because it's been buffed. Now, this tank has been buffed and buffed and buffed again. It used to be the worst tank in tier 10 when it first come. It was very poor. The DPM was really poor. So Wargaming buffed the DPM. I think they buffed the gun depression as well. A couple of updates ago, maybe even, I don't know if it was the last update or the update before, they buffed the reload time. So now this update, they have buffed it once again. They have gave it more alpha. So instead of this medium having a 400 alpha gun, it has 420. Now, it doesn't sound a lot, only 20 damage per shot, but the DPM on this tank now is 3,440. That, for me, is insane. I think that's insane. 3,440 DPM. Now, if we look at the Object 140s, the T62s, etc., they are 3,592. So there is only around 190 DPM difference between the Russian mediums and the WZ-121. Now, the difference is the 121 has a big alpha gun, whereas the 140s, the 62s, they don't. Now, this tank has now passed the 121B, which I absolutely love. I love the 121B, but it's good. It's good. I think it is very good that the tech tree version of this tank is now better than the premium tank. That is how it should be. The tech tree versions should be better than the premium tanks, and that is what Wargaming has now done. Now, they keep buffing this tank, not because it was poor. I thought it was okay. I don't think it really needed the 420 alpha gun, the damage. Sorry, I thought it was okay how it was after the last buff, but just no one plays it. No one plays this tank, and I really don't know why. It's a nice tank. It really is a nice tank. The turret on this tank is 240 millimeters, so it's got a very, very nice turret. Even the hull is 120 millimeters, which is, I mean, you're not going to bounce much, but you can get the troll bounces when you're angling and dangling and rocking side to side. You will get some bounces. So, as I've said, 3,440 DPM, the reload is 7.3 seconds. And of course, the penetration isn't the best, 245. The heat is 290. You might want to put the calibrated shells on there because it has got heat, but then the DPM will lower. So I would probably put the calibrated shells because the tank's not that quick. It's quite sluggish, so you can't get around tanks very easy, not like you can with the Leopard ones, the Object 140s, etc. And there we go, 420 alpha on your AP, 370 on your heat, and 500 on your HE. Now, what stands out about this tank than any other tank is that reload time, 2.2 seconds on your reload time, dispersion 0.335, which is not the best, but it's okay. It's okay, but not great. And it does have a nice 6 degrees of gun depression, where when this first come, I think it was like 4 degrees or something like that. 56 kilometers an hour and 35 average speed. So it is quite sluggish, especially accelerating. It's not the quickest, but overall, I absolutely adore this tank now, and I'm probably going to like this tank more than I like the 121B, which, as you know, I absolutely love this tank. So we're going to show you two battles. One of them's okay, the other one is not so bad either. Let's get straight into it. So our first battle here, we are on Black Goldville. Now, when I returned from my vacation in Dominican Republic, I tried playing the game and it just felt bad. I just felt like a complete noob. Not playing for almost 3 weeks. It just felt weird. It really did feel weird. I couldn't really play properly. It did take me quite a few games, not just in the 121, in all sorts of tanks, to start finally getting the grips of the game again. So this game is nothing special. I mean, we're going to do a nice 81 HE there to the grill, but we are capping the base. So we've now caught the base. Now we have to be careful because there is 3 or 4 other tanks that are right in front of me. If they was now to rush over this hill, they could take me out very, very easily. So we're now going to pay attention to the grill. We're going to HE him there for 487 damage. So we're up to 568 damage, nothing special, but we don't want to poke over that hill just yet because, as I've said, there is quite a few other tanks there. So we're going to wait for them to start looking elsewhere, and we do now get a shot in on the T-57 Heavy. And we're not going to push forward. I mean, we're going to push to this rock and see what we can do. We get a nice 525 roll on that T-57 Heavy. We do get a shot in return, and now we do have to back up because of the other T-57 Heavy is behind us and he has 3 shots. So now we're just going to wait for our opportunity, and there we go. We do get the opportunity to take the T-57 out. Now I'm thinking here, where do I go? Do I rush left or do I rush right? Now I can see 1 tank all on his lonesome by C, so we're just going to wait here at the moment. We do get a shot on the E50M. The 263 misses, so I'm going to poke forward and we are going to take him out for our 2nd kill. Now there is the E4 there, so he's not looking at me, so he is the target that I am going to go for. And again, a nice high roll of 525 damage. We do, however, have to back up now because of the T-57 Heavy. He gets 2 shots and he is going to get the 3rd and final shot, and it leaves me on 135 damage, but I now know he's on a big reload, and I'm not going to rush him because there is an E4 there. Stupidly, I am going to shoot the gun, I think, of the T-57 Heavy on my team, which means I don't kill the E4, and I'll mess up that shot there on the final kill shot. But one of my first games back, I mean, 3.6k damage, nothing special at all, but this is what I mean, people don't play the tank. 3.6k damage and we get a 1st class. I mean, yes, we did cap a base. I think we got some spotting damage as well. But that's how easy it is to play this tank. 1308 base XP, which I don't think is bad. 600 assistant damage and quite a bit of supremacy points as well. Next up, we are on Mayan Ruins. Now, this game, I really enjoyed this game. It was a battle where it shouldn't be a win. It should not be a win at all. But we somehow, because of, I mean, I'm not going to call them noobs, but they are noobs. That's the only word I can think of them. And I did get pretty lucky. Now, it's supremacy. And people keep forgetting, with supremacy, you have to play it different. You can't just rush in. Excuse me. You can't just rush in and try and get damage. It's all about getting supremacy points. It's not just about damage. Now that is what is going to win me the game, is because I know how to play supremacy, whereas the enemy team, or the team that are left at the end, they don't really know how to play. So I'm not going to poke up that hill yet there. I know there's a couple of tanks around there, but I haven't really got the gun depression to get up high enough to get my gun down low enough to get those shots where they have. The STB's got a great turret, it's got great gun depression, so up the top of the hill is not where I want to be. I want to be at the bottom of the hill. But that is until the team start pushing. Now, the T-54, I need to start pushing him, and I'm going to shoot here, but it was a stupid shot on my behalf. I don't know why I've done that. I have no idea. But at the moment, there is just me and this E50M on my team against 4 tanks. Now, the E50M takes out the T-54. I'm going to get one more shot in on the Object 704, putting him down to a 1-shot. Our E50M, I'm going to let our E50M take some damage, and I'm going to try and save my hit points. We got 1 shot on there on the E50, and I'm going to run away from the STB because I know the STB knows me. He said hello at the beginning of the game. So if me and the E50M are sat next to each other, he's more likely to go for me. So unfortunately, I did want to push the hill. Maybe I should have gone below the hill. The STB does take out the E50M. So I need to now get the STB. I need to get the first shot off the STB. It's 5 against 4. Well, it's now 4 against 4. I do, and we set him on fire. 700 damage. That come at the most perfect time. And I can take the base from the enemy team. So now we are losing on supremacy points. We're losing on tanks. I need to take this guy out. I really need to take this guy out sharpish. And we do. We high roll. He does get a shot in on us, but I do take him out. So now taking out him, we've brought it down to a 3-on-3, and we are now winning on supremacy points. And if you remember at the beginning of the video where I said it's sluggish, just this being so sluggish actually is, I'm just now watching my 2 heavies die, and there is absolutely nothing I can do about it. They're losing hit points. There goes the IS-8, and unfortunately I just cannot get there in time, and there goes the IS-7. So I've just got here, and there's no point me staying, because otherwise I'm just going to get absolutely wrecked. We do manage to get 1 shot there on the E100, putting him down to a 1 shot. We are spotted, but we're not going to be stupid. We are winning on supremacy points, and I'm thinking, you know what? Let's just see what I can do. We are winning on supremacy points. Yes, they're going to cap B, but that's not going to pay. That's not going to make any difference whatsoever unless they start capping C. So I'm going to go around, and I'm going to try coming around at a different direction. I know that E100 capping, so I wanted to come up here to see if any of the other tanks are going to where I was, and I wanted to get this E100. So the E100 is a 1 shot. Unfortunately, even our heat can't, with the angle we're at, even our heat can't penetrate the cheeks of his tank. So we just have to wait and hope for the best. We are just showing our turret, which is a good thing, because our turret is actually very, very strong. But here comes the IS-7. We get a lucky 460 bounce there, and I just noticed, luckily, I just noticed the E100 also shot. So I'm going to rush in, and we are going to take care of this E100. We're going to use the heat because we really don't want to bounce. And we know where the IS-7 is, and now we know where the other E75 is, because he's capping A, which is bad for me. Which is very bad for me, because now we are very close on supremacy points, but the enemy have 2 cap bases. So I'm just now going to run away. Luckily, I didn't take no damage whatsoever from this IS-7. We're going to try and reset our camo. We're going to see if we can come up and get a shot off, but I'm thinking, no, he's coming round. The E75 might come round. Let's now go in a different direction, and to see if we can reset our camo and go for the E75, who I know is quite low hit points. I don't think he's quite a 1 shot, but we are going to try and see if we can open him up. As you can see, we're trying to go in the sniper mode. There's the IS-7. So instead of rushing forward, we are going to get another bounce. We do miss him, unfortunately, which was a very, very bad miss. But we are going to reload before him. So I'm just going to stay here for a little bit longer. We are still winning on supremacy points, only just, not for much longer. As you can see, 725, now 730, and now we're level, and now they're going to overtake us. So I have to take a base now. I have to take a base now before it's too late. So I'm going to go and cap A. Now, I'm not sure at the moment where this E75 is. He must have gone left, which, because he's gone left, I'm thinking, you know what? He's probably headed towards base C, because he didn't come this way. He must be flanking around. And that is, to be honest, that is what the IS-7 should have been doing. He should have just ignored me. He was there anyway. He got some shots off at me. He should have just headed towards base C. He didn't, and in the end, it is actually going to cost him the game. And we're going to wait, and here comes the E75. So we're going to use the heat bottom shot on his bottom plate, lower plate. And now that puts him down to a 1 shot. And we're just going to wait for him to come around this corner. We really want to take him out. We do get a shot in return, which is unfortunate. But that now pushes us up to 960 supremacy points, 2 bases. I am a 1 shot, so I'm not going to be stupid enough in poking out. We're not going to go for the damage. I mean, we could have got 6k damage, but we went for the win instead. So 4 kills, 5.2k damage. We get the Kolobinov. Thanks to the supremacy, we won. But overall, I love the tank now. It really is competitive. It really is a strong tank, and it's definitely worth grinding. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. I'm Meadsy69, and I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.